Hi friends, Suzanne here. Welcome to another paper pumpkin alternative video on my YouTube channel and blog. If you're new to my channel, I want to say hi. This video will share alternative projects to stretch your paper pumpkin supplies. If you don't know what paper pumpkin is, click the link in the description box below and check it out. So come along with me as I attempt to create out of the box. Well, hi everyone. Welcome to Paper Pumpkin Alternative for September 2024. It is called Autumn Abundance. It was probably the most beautiful paper pumpkin kit that I have ever received. It was gorgeous. Look at all these shiny leaves and the stamp set, really pretty. Has a real autumnal theme to it. I didn't get around to doing this for Canadian Thanksgiving, but hopefully American Thanksgiving will suffice. So this is the most beautiful paper. Honestly, you could cut these cardstocks in half and then double your card kit for sure. I wasn't able to show you opening the box, but you'll have to forgive me. And I also, because this video is very late, I am going to give you a tutorial bundle focusing on this month's paper pumpkin. The link is in the description box below. Look for free PDF in the box below, and you will be able to get whisked to my blog where you will find all the information that you need. So I have my card sketch book out here. I call it a card maker's companion, and I often do this when I have to do multiple things, multiple card designs. I love doing it for paper pumpkin. It's just a nice way. You will find that I did adhere to my first sketches. The first two sketches I adhered to, but the third one went all different in a different direction. And that's the great thing about sketching and planning ahead of time. Sometimes you just get caught off guard and all of a sudden, yippee-yi-yay, you got a different card on your hand. And you still have that idea that you could use. So this is in color glitter. This is peach pie glitter, I believe. And I cut that glitter down to, let's see, it is 2 inches wide and 5 1/4 inches tall. And I think I said this in the last paper pumpkin video. Card makers actually really like to describe the measurements by width and then height. So that's what I'm going to do. So I have a I have a pumpkin pie card base here. And that card that I cut down was 4x4, the one with the leaves on it, and that came in the kit. So I'm going to flag or I guess you can call this fishtailing. I don't know. You snip up the middle and then the corners get into the middle and you have like a little banner type thing. So this is pumpkin pie and ink, and I am stamping with this leaf, just a little something so that the background is not so stark. Like that's what I find sometimes, and I always forget about stamping the color pumpkin pie or whatever color cardstock you may have on cardstock. Like this is a really good technique to just give that background a smidge more oomph, if you will. So I will adhere this peach pie glitter. It comes in all of the colors of the new in colors, which are now almost the old in colors, because I'm not exactly sure when the new catalog comes in. It's probably another 5 months or so, or 6 months maybe. So these are almost running out. Let me see here. So this, I have just a laminated grid mat, grid sheet, and this is my card, my 4x4 squared card, and I'm using my blending brushes with two different colors, pecan pie and pumpkin pie. So two pies going together, really autumnal actually. That was not, I did not mean to do that. We got to put some other kind of pie with it too. Well, we need peach pie too, I tell you. I am just like brushing on. This is one of my favorite techniques. I found that this card kit has these like really stark white, no glitter, no nothing for the sentiments, and they were too stark. It drove me nuts. So that's where I'm sort of scuffing up with ink for this sentiment anyway. I have Cajun Craze, which was the ink that came in the kit. I am stamping with thanks. And then I am generational stamping just on a piece of scrap paper to see which leaf I want to use. So it's the third one. It won't interfere with my sentiment, but it does give a little bit of something something. So I put dimensional adhesive on the back of my 4x4 paper. This was the card that came in the kit. I just cut it in half and zhuzhed up the corners a little. And now I am going to adhere the greeting with thanks. And I decided on the bottom, and I don't know why. It probably would look good in the middle too, the sentiment. And that piece was 3.5 wide and 3/4 tall. It just came in the kit. And so now I'm going to use, let's see here, faux glass dots. These dots are amazing. I use them on each one of the cards. Or at least, two of the cards for this kit, and I really love them. I loved them as soon as they came in. As soon as I saw them on the catalog, I had to get them. Okay, so this is card number 2. This is I don't even know what it's called. It kind of looks like a window, but not really. And the sizes, and I'll tell you how I cut this. So even if you don't have any more of this kit, you could use this as a card design. So, and that's what I don't have to share the paper pumpkin alternatives, but it is good for card design. So that's the reason why I still am sharing it all. So basically this was, I'm going to use that beautiful card stock or the card base that comes in the kit. So this, I'm cutting it down to 3.5 inches wide, 4 3/4 inches tall. I did this backwards just because I had to figure out the actual sizing, but I should have cut it down by 4 3/4 first, and then sliced it down the middle by 1 3/4, but I didn't. So each piece here has 1 3/4 by 4 3/4, and then basically I took off the white or the clear part. I shouldn't say, like, I took about 1/2 inch off. So basically each of these, the 2-inch pieces are 1 3/4 by 2, and then the longer pieces are 1 3/4 by 2 3/4. I hope that makes sense. So again, this is a basic white thick card base, and I am spritzing on. I went with the colors that were in the suggested in the kit there. So that's Night of Navy. It was crushed curry, and this is pecan pie. So, and it's just something to take that stark whiteness off. So I put dimensional adhesive on my pieces here, and then I'm just going to set them up for spacing. And basically what I ended up doing was I started with that top left one, and I just wanted to make sure that I had the exact spacing on the left-hand side and the top. And then I adhered that down, went to the top right corner, removed the dimensional backings or release paper, and then I went and tried to figure out the top and right side equal, and then I didn't really care how wide it was in the middle. So I just made sure that the border on the outside was the right spacing, if you will, because you know what, in this situation, if you had a little bit left over on the card, you can just trim the card off, like the basic white card, to make everything fit. So that's what I did. Or well, I didn't have to because I figured it out, but yeah, it works if you sort of place it and then move forward. Okay, so I have this envelope here. It's the small envelope that came with the kit. I was going to use just this vanilla strip with a little bit of leaf on it. It didn't work out. It was lost because it's so busy in the card, or on the card front. So I just took a little bit of that vanilla, because I'm not going to use those white strips because I just said how much I didn't like that. And I stamped with the Cajun Craze, which came in the kit, with thanks. And then I flipped that envelope over and I trimmed a little bit bigger than my sentiment so that I was able to back it a little bit. So I have the with thanks that I'm putting my Seal Plus, which is my favorite sticky adhesive, and I'm going to adhere that on top of this, I guess it's pecan pie inside envelope bit. So I did make sure that my top fit. And I guess because it was uneven, I didn't cut it correctly. So I am trimming off the sides, and then I'm going to trim off the bottom to make it more even. I think it is still crooked though. So, you know, I'm not perfect. And whoever gets this card, if they say, oh, this is crooked, I will take the card back and they won't get another one from me. Handmade cards, they're not 100% perfect. You try your hardest, but sometimes, you know, it just doesn't work out. So again, no one's going to complain, right? They're going to be happy that they received a beautiful card. All right, I figured I would put this sort of more blank sentiment kind of on the bottom so that it gave a break from that busyness. And that's it. I didn't put any embellishments or anything on this card. It was fine the way it was. But that little sprinkling of ink sure does make it just a little softer, don't you think? Would you do the same? And besides, I need to know what you like the best, which card it is that you like. The number 1, number 2, or here's number 3 that went sideways. So in my card sketch, I have, you know, I'm going to put down some pattern paper on my card. And then I thought I would use the other part to that 4x4 card, which has a little bit of a circle in it. And then I thought I could add some leaves and stuff on the side. So those are leaves. I'm not that creative. So here is my card. This is sized, so this was the pretty card from the kit, and I'm cutting it down too. So it is 3 3/4 inches tall and 5 inches wide. I should have started that. 5 inches wide, 3 3/4 inches tall. And then that's so pretty, right? Then I used Cajun Craze and I matted it with a 5 1/8 wide and 3 7/8 tall. So it just mats just a little bit. And that's all it needed. I wanted a bigger border there. And then I knew as soon as I cut that paper down and I saw that little lone leaf up there in the top right of the screen, boy, oh boy, did I knew I had to use that. So I didn't put the circle in. I was going to create sort of more of a complicated wreath or something like that. But no, I put this paper down because it's beautiful. I trim this little sentiment piece. This is now my sentiment piece. I trim it down. So it's basically 3 inches wide, or 3 inches wide, 1 inch tall. And I stamp the sentiment that says, "Sending autumn wishes your way." And I actually trimmed that little piece down even further. So it does only make a 3-inch piece. And then I end up adhering it right in the middle of the card because everything else was lower. So I decided to go middle with this card. And then I zhuzh it up with those faux glass dots. So again, I used 5 of them. So again, I just want to remind you to comment below. It really helps me when you engage with me on YouTube. So it would be great if I could know what you choose. And if you are enjoying these videos, please subscribe. I would love it if you did. And I appreciate you guys so much for watching, for liking, for subscribing, and all the things. There is a PDF for you. Link in the description. Thank you again, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.